Okay, the first one. Could you spell that for me? Cross. Okay. First name? Oh, okay. And your new address, please. I'm sorry, hello? Hello? Yes, hello, go ahead. Okay, okay. Okay. And your name is Megan Lampe? Oh, Lampe. Okay, thank you. Okay, I got it. And it will take about 2 months before the new address kicks in. Okay. I got Chloe, and I'm going into Maxwell accounts now. 5085 Capital Street, Mattisburg 27129. And you said you have another child? Date of birth? 7/23/2019. And the same information, right? Other kids. Okay. All right. And I think for him it's also the same, about 2 months before he receives the first book. Just curious, do you want him to receive the first book? It's usually the little engine that could. Yeah. So okay. So I will put no on that one. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. 50. 5085 Tabitha Street, Murfreesboro, Tennessee 37129. 629-207-8598 is the phone number. Would you like to give your email address? Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. you staying in?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
staying here.
The UPS hasn't arrived yet, so now. But if you're leaving, just let Rita know, okay?
I'm not. I've got a class at 2, so I'm prepping for that.
All right, thank you.
Hmm? Hi, this is Trey Gwynn. I emailed earlier about renting a driveway dumpster next week. Yes. Let me look at my calendar real quick. Sorry, I've got baby brain. I've got a 10-month-old, and he's going through sleep regression. So like I can't think straight. It looks like Charlie and I were talking about delivery on the 8th. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm downtown essentially. Yeah. No, I just keep telling myself it's a phase, it's a phase, it's a phase. Sure. Oh, yeah. 411 North Academy Street. Yes. 615-809-8998. I guess it's a shed that's full of stuff, but it's not like construction stuff. There's like furniture in there and stuff like that. So I guess technically like a household cleanup. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Um. Well, the drive, the driveway butts up against the shed that we're emptying. So if it could be, I don't know, like 10 feet away from that. Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's say like 15 feet then, just to be safe. Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me grab it. Okay. All right, are you ready? Yes, are you ready? Sorry. 4229 1902 2147 0426. The third, the third, March 2021. Yes, it's totally possible. 801. Oh, okay. That is Allen, Allen, middle initial F, Gwynn, Gwinn. Yes. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Good afternoon, and welcome to Microsoft Office Basics. My name is Trey Gwynn, and I am the Technology and Outreach Coordinator for the Rutherford County Library System. Today we are going to take a look at some of the most basic skills that you can use on three of the Microsoft Office platforms, and we'll talk about which ones those are here in a minute. And then at the end of class, or towards the end, we will talk about some free alternatives to Microsoft Office that you can look at using, because Microsoft Office can be a little bit expensive, and so there are free alternatives, and I think it's important to talk about those, so we're going to. First and foremost, what is Microsoft Office? Microsoft Office is a family of client software, server software, and services developed by Microsoft. That is some fancy language that just means it's a bunch of programs that are made by Microsoft under one banner that are meant to help you with Office productivity. Now, there are lots of different programs that are under the Microsoft Office banner. You've got PowerPoint, you've got Word, you've got Excel. Those are probably the three most famous. They are not the entirety of Microsoft Office. However, they are the entirety of what we'll be talking about today. Microsoft Office does, though, include Access, Outlook, and OneNote, to name just a few of the other Microsoft Office programs. However, as I said just a moment ago, we are going to be focusing on PowerPoint, Word, and Excel. They are the industry standards for Word document or word processor documents, spreadsheet programs, and presentation programs. If you have a good basic understanding of those three programs, you should be fine in the vast majority of Office settings. And as we'll talk about in just a moment, there are things that you can take away from learning about those three that you can then use in other contexts. That will make that sentence may not have made any sense, but it will make sense here in just a moment. So, what does a Microsoft Office window look like? This is the basic anatomy of what a Microsoft Office window looks like. Now, this happens to be Word, Microsoft Word, and we'll take a look at all three of the different programs that we're going to focus on today. But this is Word. I use it as my example because all three programs are built like this image that you're seeing on the slide. You have the save in the upper left-hand corner. You have a row of tools. You have tabs above the row of tools. You have a help button or help section where you can type in what you're looking for. Even though all three programs, the end result of whatever it is you're making, whether that's a spreadsheet or a Word document or a presentation, even though those final results are going to look different, all three programs look like this. Their menus look like this. And that's hugely important. Microsoft has done a lot of work to make it easy for you to go from one program to the next. And they've done that by including this. It's called the ribbon, and if you'll notice as I go from slide to slide, let's see, where's my little thing? Can you see my pointer? Yeah, you can see my pointer. Good. I'm going to zoom in on this section right here. This is what's called the ribbon. So take a look at this. The ribbon is this strip of options near the top of the page, and it is your North Star when you're using Microsoft Office programs. If you've read any books about exploration, or if you know anything about exploration, explorers, especially Western civilization explorers, use the North Star as their guiding point for you, especially as a new person, that's just learning the basics in the Microsoft Office suite of tools. the ribbon is going to be your North Star, because everything that the programs can do, whether that's PowerPoint, whether it's Word, or whether it's Excel, almost everything that those programs can do can be found in the ribbon. And the ribbon, right now you're seeing the home options, but the ribbon changes depending on what tab you click on, and the options that you're given are there's a method to how they're distributed, right? So the home tab is going to have all the stuff that you're going to use the most often, right? The insert tab, and we're going to look at this here in a second, has inserting pictures, inserting shapes, inserting a text box. It has putting stuff into your document. Layout, same thing. References, hey, you need to do if you needed to do a footnote or an endnote, guess where you'd look? You'd look to references. And so everything that you need to do is going to be in that ribbon. So even if you open up a Word document in 10 years and you have forgotten everything that we're going to talk about today, as long as you remembered, oh, I need to start at the ribbon. The ribbon is where I'm going to find all of the things that the program can do. You could go there, find whatever it is you need. Where's my... here we go. Let's start with Word. So Word is a word processor. That is a terminology that you don't hear very much anymore, partially because Word is the 900-pound gorilla in the industry. But like when I was a kid, it was Word Perfect, and which was a different offering from a different company, and then Word kind of came in and muscled it out. Word is useful for templates, has useful templates for resumes, cover letters, and more. What we're going to do is we're going to take excuse me, I've got a cold. We're going to open up Word. I'm going to open it up, I'm going to put it on screen, and I'm going to show you some stuff that you need to know as a beginner. We're going to talk about making a new document. We're going to talk about templates. We're going to talk about font customization, and then we're going to talk about saving the document. So let me, boom, there's my image, or there's my Word document. Okay, so if you were to open Word, this is the first thing that you'll see, and it is where you have the option to either make a blank document like this one over here, or use one of the templates that they have here. Now, the templates are wonderful because they do a lot of the design work for you. So like, say you needed to do a resume. One of the biggest things that I tell people who are working on resumes is to use one of the templates as a starting point. So for example, if you one of the options right here is resumes and cover letters. If you click on that, it will only show you resume templates, and then all you have to do is click on one. All you have to do is click on one. I think I clicked on one that has to download. There it is. And see, it is not showing up for you all. Why is that? That's weird. Hold on. Let me try that again. Let me try new. Well, this one. Oh, I see what's going on. Hold on one second. There we go. Okay. There we are. So, see, I chose a resume, and it will give you this resume with a bunch of placeholder things that tell you what to put in. So for your name, you'd put your first name, surname. You put your second name. For here, you'd put the type of job that you're applying for. So templates are wonderful, and all three of the programs that we're going to talk about today, Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, have these templates that we can use. But let's open we're going to open a new blank document. We're going to get rid of my, I said we're going to get rid of my don't save. We're going to get rid of, all right. We're going to go to, sorry, you'd think that I would have, aha, there we go. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at font customization, and then we're going to save the document so that you have an idea of how that works. Now, I'm actually going to, yes, there we go. Okay. Wonderful. So up at the top corner of the Word document program, you'll see the ribbon right here, right? I've zoomed in close on the first part of the ribbon because that's what we're going to be working with. Again, just kind of by way of demonstration, notice how all of this stuff right here changes when I go to insert. Notice how all this stuff changes. Oh, it has to think about it. There we go. And see, it's all new different stuff, okay? And some of this stuff is the kind of thing we'd talk about in like intermediate or like basic 2 if we had a basic 2 class. I'm not sure. We're going to do an intermediate next month, and we'll talk about some of this stuff right here. But right now we're sticking in home, right? And we're going to talk about this section right here. Can I make it even bigger? Let's make it even bigger because I really want you to see. So if I were to type into this document, and it doesn't matter what, in fact, you can't even see what I'm typing, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to, just so you know, I'm typing my name because I'm a narcissist, I guess. I don't know. It's always what I choose to put up there when I'm doing an example. But it doesn't matter because you can't see it. Because all you need to see right now is what I do right here. If I click here, I can change the font. Right now it's Calibri. If you hit this little down arrow, it gives you more options. You can change the size by hitting this little arrow right here. You can change the size up and down one bit, like one set size by clicking these two little guys. You can change the case of a letter by clicking on this. You can change it from lowercase to uppercase. You can make it sentence case, so it starts with a capital letter. You can make it bold. You can make it italics. You can make it underlined. That's all right here. And the secret is, what's great about this is because Microsoft makes Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, it's exactly the same in all 3 programs. All 3 programs have a little section right that looks exactly like this, that lets you, for example, change the color of the word that you've typed, or put a strike through it, or change the size, and it's the exact same. So if you learn how to navigate this in Word, then you can excuse me, I have a cold. Then you can do this in all 3 of these programs. And I'll give you even another hint, and it is the 2 free programs that we're going to take a look at the very end of class. They have taken their cues from Microsoft because they know that Microsoft and Microsoft Word are the big dogs in the industry. They have based how they work on Microsoft because they know that's what people are used to. And so if you learn how to do this in Microsoft, all you have to do is find it in the other programs and you'll know what you're doing. And yeah, there will be little differences and stuff like that, but like you'll still be it'll be like visiting a city that you haven't been to in 10 years. You'll look around and you'll be like, "Oh, I recognize this. Okay, I can navigate this. It's not what I'm used to, but I can navigate this." Now, once you've done whatever it is you're doing, whether you've made a resume or something, you will you'll click on, when you want to save it, you can click on this little guy right here. This is the save. Nope, whoops. There we go. This guy right here. This is the save button. It looks like a little floppy disk. Of course, most people don't even know what a floppy disk is anymore. That is what's called a skeuomorphism, which is where a design element takes its cues from an outdated piece of technology. It has nothing to do with this class. I just think it's a fun word. If you click on it, it will save your document for you. Since I haven't saved this one before, it is going to say, hold on one second. It is going to say, let me make this smaller again so you can see it. Whoop. Because I haven't saved this before, it wants me to make a name, and so I'll just tell it to save it onto this PC and then save in documents, and then it'll ask me to put in a name. Easy peasy, right? And this is kind of just a recap, but here is the ribbon again, and that little section that I showed you. Here's how you change fonts. Here's how you edit. Here's how you change the type of font, or not the type of font. Make it bold, italics, underlined. This is how you change the color. And this I didn't talk about, but I should have. Those are taking fonts and putting them in bullet pointed lists. So if you have a list and you click on that little, hold on one second. Boop. If you click on this or this, it will make your list into a bullet pointed list or a numbered list, which is super nice. So let's talk about PowerPoint. Now, PowerPoint is a presentation software. Where is... Aha, okay. Now, PowerPoint is a presentation software. It has built-in templates that allow for eye-catching designs, and I'll show you how to choose those here in just a minute. Now, what we're going to focus on is how to make a new slide, a new slideshow, adding slides, and then inserting media. Now, the reason that I'm doing that is because, again, just like the editing of the Word. The fonts in the Word document, if you can add media, if you can insert media into a PowerPoint, guess what? You can do it into a Word document. So that's why I've split them up, so that you can see that they work in both. Now let's talk about, here's my PowerPoint. This is what it's going to look like when you first open it. You have the choice. You can make a blank presentation, or there's all these pretty templates. Now, unlike Word and unlike Excel, even though we haven't talked about Excel yet, when you're talking about templates in PowerPoint, you're talking about templates that are 100% aesthetic. When we talked about Word, we talked about how there's like resumes and cover letters and stuff like that. And when we talk about Excel, we can talk about how there's like calendars and budgets and stuff like that. When it comes to PowerPoint, it is 100% aesthetic. You just are choosing the look of the presentation that you want to make. Now, I'm just going to choose a blank presentation. You'll notice that up here, if I click on this, up here, you'll see the exact same kind of font manipulation tools that you had in Word. Now, instead, we're actually going to go to Insert. In fact, hold on, let me do the thing again where I make it. I'm not going to make it as big as last time, but I'm going to make it big.
There we go. Okay. So instead of home, we're going to be dealing with insert. So if I click insert, it's going to take a second because I don't know why. There we go. And one of my options, I have multiple different options, right? But one of my options here is, wait, it hasn't. Oh, interesting. It's not showing up for you. Weird. Okay, well, you're just going to have to trust me, and that's really annoying. But if you click on insert, one of the options that's kind of like right here, even though you can't see it, is pictures. If you click on that, it'll open up your the file in your the file of pictures on your PC, and you can choose a picture to put into your presentation. So weird. Hold on a second. So now it's not even showing the picture that I put in. I put in a picture. Anyways, I mean, that's how it works, and it stinks that you can't see it for some reason. I don't really know what's going on there. It's like they don't want me to teach this class or something. But anyways, just to recap, I know what to do, because I do have it on a slide. So I'm going to close this. Don't save. I'm going to close this. Don't save. And now we're going to go to this. Okay. So again, you'll notice that there's the same font manipulation tools that we had a moment ago. That's where you click to add a new slide. And then, of course, if you're going to insert a picture, oh, I know what was going on. Hold on a second, because I want to do right by you all, okay? And I don't want to just. Okay. All right. Here we go. Aha. Okay. So we were at home, right? Now we're hitting insert, and now we have these options. See, I told you I could show you these options. If I click on pictures, it's going to take me. Now I know you can't see this, but it's going to take me to a folder on my computer that has all of the pictures that are on my computer on it. I'm going to double click on it, and then I'm going to choose one of the pictures to insert, and then boom, there's a picture of me looking all socially distanced and sad because I'm wearing a mask, and because this was actually before the pandemic. I had pneumonia. So anyways, that's how that works. You just click on that. You click on that pictures. You can even do online pictures. So you could so for example, you could click on that and then put in a search term, like search Google for an image, and then put it in. But I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm just telling you that works. But here's the picture of me, and then you can actually manipulate it. See, I can make it really squished, or I can squish it that way, or I can change it with the same dimensions, or I could even spin it around. So, as I said just a moment ago, the important thing to remember is that those, if you know how to do that on PowerPoint, guess what? You know how to do that on Word as well, because it's the same system in the same way that the font manipulation stuff is the exact same. So, finally, we're going to talk about Excel. No. I need. So Excel is a spreadsheet program. It also comes with templates, but they are more they're like budgets and calendars and invoices and stuff like that. What I'm going to show you how to do is how to create a new spreadsheet. how to enter data and adjust rows and columns, and then simple formulas. Here is my Excel, and this is the first screen that you'll see. Notice that it has all these templates: monthly company budget, weekly attendance reports, blue invoices, that kind of thing. What we're going to be messing with, though, is this one right here, which is just a blank workbook. So I'm going to open that, and it'll give me this. So with Excel, you need to think about each of these little cells that I'm clicking on as being tiny little buckets that you can put data into. And then the beauty of Excel is that you can take Excel and say, hey, I want this bucket to be added to this bucket, to be added to this bucket, to be added to this bucket, so that it gives me a number right here, and then you can replicate it. So, like, for example, if I type in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in this one I hit the equals button. If I hit the equals button, what is going on? Hold on. If I hit the function button up here, it'll say, hey, do you want to add E4 through EH together? And I'm going to say yes, and so it'll tell me how much is in that. If I do this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, when you add them together, gives you 10, right? Well, I just copied that formula by doing this, by taking it and dragging it like this. And so now when I put in 5, 6, 7, 8, notice that it adds it up together. See, that's the beauty of Excel, is that you can take formulas and add them and stretch, move them around and make it so that when you put in data, it automatically calculates things. But Excel is not just for numbers. You can also put in names and you can also put in other data as well. So, like, for example, if I were to put in like, say I was keeping track of membership or something, I could put in names, I could put in data next to it. I could say, okay, well, Alan has bought one ticket, Sarah's bought 2, and then you can keep that data in a useful and clean looking way that makes it so it's easy for you to call it up. And that's how you need to think about Excel, is that Excel is a program that lets you not only manipulate data, but just lay out data in a way that makes it easy to organize. Excuse me, man. Now the sections of, so what I've got highlighted right now is a vertical line of cells, right, of the little boxes that you can put data into. That is called a column, and they are labeled by letters in the alphabet. And if you get beyond the alphabet, if you get all the way to Z, it starts over with AA, AB, AC, AD, and then if you keep going, it'll go to BA, BB. So there's a near infinite number. Similarly, these are called rows, and they are demarcated by numbers. And so if I kept going down, the numbers would just keep getting bigger. So again, effectively infinite. If you have data that doesn't fit, you can change the size of these rows and columns. You just click the edge of the rows and columns and stretch them. The edge is up here. They rows will actually hold on, how do I do that? Yes, rows will actually conform to the size of whatever data you put in. So hold on, let me get you a closer view, because this is kind of tiny and I see that now. So you'll notice I put in my name and it got bigger to accommodate it. columns will not. Like I put my name in, and then I made it so that it was across two rows, right? Or like I hit enter so that they're not on the same level, right? And so it got bigger to accommodate that. However, if I were to type in my name and not hit enter, notice that it doesn't. The column does not change to conform to the information in the document. So, like if I were to put 1 in there, see it cuts off my N. So that's when you might need to adjust the size of the. That's when you might need to adjust the size of the columns up here so that they fit. Well, the question slide is for for when we're doing in-person classes. Obviously, this is a little bit tougher to have questions. Now, I do want to talk about the free alternatives before I let you go. I know it's been a bit shorter of a class, but usually there's a little more hands-on stuff. Obviously, we can't do that with virtual classes. But the two alternatives that I do want to talk about are Google Drive and OpenOffice. Now, as I was saying earlier, the nice thing about both of these programs is that they've taken cues from Microsoft, and they recognize that people are familiar with Microsoft, and so they have actually made it so that their programs work somewhat like Microsoft. And so if you learn skills from this, some basic skills, you should be able to translate them to Google Drive and OpenOffice. Now, if you have a Gmail account, then you already have Google Drive. This is my personal Gmail account. You can't really see anything. I don't think you can see anything. Let's hope you can't see anything. If I wanted to go to Google Drive, I would just click on this, and then Drive is right there. And if I click on that little triangle, it opens up Google Drive, and this is I'm not going to show you because I don't want you to see my documents, but my documents are down here in this bottom part. And if you need to make a new document, you just click on New, and it asks you what kind of document you want to make. Wait, I can show you that. New. And then you have docs, sheets, slides, which are the equivalent of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And then as far as OpenOffice goes, it is a little more traditional. It is your, hold on, let me shrink this down. It is a free download from openoffice.org. And I'm just going to flash that up here. And it has equivalents to all three programs too. They are called Writer, WRITER, Impress, which is their PowerPoint equivalent, and then Calc, which is their spreadsheet equivalent. So, I know that this has been a little disjointed. I apologize for that. But this is it's the kind of thing where we're learning. We're still kind of learning how to do virtual stuff. I hope this has been useful to you. And if you want to review anything that we've talked about today, you can find the archive of this in the next couple of days on our YouTube page. Thank you for attending, and next month we will actually be offering let me pull that up. I want to get the date. I want to make sure I get the date correct. Next month on October 26th, we will be offering intermediate Office Suite. So we'll be talking about, some of the next steps that you can take. So I hope you've learned something. I hope you stay safe and healthy.